this video, I will show you the best way to design a clean, elegant, and professional monogram logo completely from scratch in Adobe Illustrator. We will go step by step through the entire process, from constructing custom letter forms to refining the final logo for a modern luxury aesthetic. Without much ado, let's jump right into it. Welcome to Brand and Graphics channel. My name is Vincent Annie. Today we are creating a luxury monogram logo using Adobe Illustrator. Inside Adobe Illustrator, I will go to the View menu to ensure that these important features are enabled: ruler, guides, and smart guides. To help us design a symmetrical logo, a logo that can scale perfectly without losing quality or balance. Let's set up a guide structure. For this design, I will be using a Fibonacci ratio grid as our guide structure. Creating this grid is very simple. Fibonacci ratio is commonly used in icon design, but I also use it when designing logos because it helps create balanced and scalable designs. The smart guide is helping us align the shapes properly. Now reduce the opacity of the layer and lock it. Create a new layer above the locked layer. Now we are ready to start designing the logo. Designing the letter B. We are designing the logo for Brand and Graphics, a YouTube channel. Brand and Graphics has requested we design a minimalist monogram logo using the initials of the first two names to create a logo symbol and then add the rest of the names as text. Now we are going to create the letters B and G completely from scratch without using any font. Go to the toolbar and select the rectangle tool. Draw a rectangle along the edge of the inner square of the Fibonacci grid. Duplicate it and position it at the center. Duplicate it again and again. Hold Shift, rotate it and position it at the top. Duplicate this and place it at the bottom like this. Let's keep this copy for future use. Now extend these edges slightly. Select all the shapes and grab the Shape Builder tool. Hold the Alt key on Windows or Option key on Mac to remove these unwanted sections. Release the key and drag across the remaining parts to merge them together. At this point, it looks nothing like a capital B, but not to worry, grab the Direct Selection tool. Select these 4 anchor points and drag inward like this. Deselect everything. Now select only these 2 anchor points and drag again. And just like that, we have one side of clean capital B. Duplicate it and drag it down like so. The middle section feels a little too thick, so let's refine the spacing until the proportions feel balanced and elegant. This is already a good design of letter B. Now we will merge both sides into a single shape. Go to the Pathfinder panel. If you don't see it, go to Window, Pathfinder. Inside the Pathfinder panel, click Unite, and now the two shapes become one clean letter B. Designing the letter G. To create the capital G, we want it to match the proportions of the B. Select the Ellipse tool and draw a circle from the center of the grid. Position it like this. Now go to Object, Path, and Offset Path. Adjust the offset value until the inner circle aligns perfectly with the stroke thickness of the B. Select both circles and group them. Return the circle to the center. Now grab this rectangular bar and place it in the center like this. Duplicate the bar and position the second one at the top. Select all the shapes and use the Shape Builder tool again to remove unwanted areas and merge the remaining shapes. We may want to give this bar a style using the Direct Selection tool. We may want to open this gap a bit wider using a rectangular tool and a Shape Builder tool. And there we have our letter G. Combining the letters. Now let's combine both letters. You notice that letter B is smaller than the G, To solve this problem, select both letters and align them. Vertical align center. Now select only the G, hold down the Shift and Option keys to scale it down proportionally. These mark guides indicates when they are of equal size. Now place the B slightly above the G to create depth and interaction between the forms. We will first select both letters and swap the colors. Create a black background, bring the logo to the front. And change the logo color to white. The logo already looks clean and premium. But to make the overlap stand out more clearly, to show that the B sits above the G, there are two approaches we can use. Method 1, drop shadow. First method is applying a drop shadow. Let's test it out quickly. It looks good, but for the design, we are aiming for a cleaner and more minimalist luxury look. So let's use a second technique, outline separation. There is something I need to show you before we do the outline separation. Maybe you finish designing a monogram logo but you don't like the thickness. Let me show you the best way to do it. Add the same color of stroke to the symbol. Go to Object, Path, and outline the stroke. Then go to Pathfinder and unite. Repeat again until you are satisfied. Let's do the same to the G shape. Now let's apply the outline separation. Select the B and copy it using Command C, then paste it in place using Command F. Lock the top copy using Command 2. Now select the copy underneath. Of course, the upper one is locked. Add a black stroke to it. Increase the stroke slightly until the separation becomes visible. Next, outline the stroke. Repeat the same process for the letter G. Copy, paste in place, lock the top copy, add a stroke to the lower copy, and outline the stroke. Using the curvature tool, refine this overlapping area to show smooth and elegant transition. Outline the stroke. Now zoom in closely and inspect the logo for imperfections. In this case, no issues. Adding the word mark. We are done with the logo symbol. The final step is adding the text. Brand and graphics on the top, and then designers at the second line. For this design, I will be using Montserrat family font. I will use Montserrat medium for the first line, and scale it down, and Montserrat light for the second line. I will reduce the font size. This combination creates a clean, luxury contrast. Now go to Object and unlock all. Select both versions of the B and group them. Do the same for the G. Finally, select the entire logo symbol and group everything together. Now expand the text and make any spacing adjustments if necessary. To add more elegance, use the pen tool to draw two thin decorative lines on both sides. Select everything and group the entire design. If you are designing this logo for a YouTube channel or a profile icon, scale the logo down so it fits perfectly within the inner circle, which is equivalent to 100 pixels by 100 pixels. And there you have it, a premium minimalist monogram logo combined with a modern lettermark design. If you want to sharpen your logo design skills even further, check out my video on 10 logo design tools and techniques every designer should know. If you enjoyed this tutorial, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future design tutorials. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.